If you're thinking about moving to the Tyler, Texas area and you'd like to know a little bit more about the suburbs surrounding Tyler and you'd like to get a little bit of an insider's perspective, then today I'm going to be going over my top 5 list of my favorite suburbs here in Tyler. Completely my personal opinion, but it may be interesting for you. Let's get into it. Howdy everyone, and welcome back to the channel. For everyone new here, my name is Ronnie, and if you want to know what it's like to live, eat, sleep, work and play in Tyler, Texas and the surrounding areas like the suburbs, then go ahead and smash that subscribe button and give the notification bell a nice little tap so you're the first to be notified on any Tyler, Texas market updates. I'm getting contacted every single day of people just like you who are looking to either move to Tyler, move within Tyler, or sell their Tyler home. So if that does sound like you already know what to do. Go ahead and give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email, and we'll get together, we'll have a chat, we'll discuss how to cut out all of that possible stress and get you into your dream Tyler home. So, the suburbs of Tyler, Texas. Now, that's a bit of a buzzword, and I know a couple of you are already screaming at me through your computer screen right now, because a lot of people here around the East Texas area don't consider Tyler really to be big enough to have suburbs. And I mean, somewhat agree, because the towns that I'm going to be speaking to range from around 1,000 people to 10,000 at the most. So depending on who you are, you may define these towns as suburbs or not. I do. This is my video, so I'm going to be calling it suburbs for today. So I hope you can get over that. A little background about me so you know exactly how much an expert, or lack thereof, I am. So I moved to Tyler last year, became a real estate agent, started selling property all around Tyler and the surrounding areas. So I'm trying to become a bit of an expert. It's a work in progress. But after all the research I've been doing and selling in all of these areas, here is my top 5 list. Now let me repeat, this is my personal opinion. This does not mean the place I put last is better than the first place, but I mean, potentially in my personal opinion. But you are all free to your personal opinion. If you disagree with me, let me know in those comments below. Why am I wrong? Why am I silly for thinking the way I do? Do I pronounce some of these places weird with my accent? Who knows? Let's get started. So on the 5th position on my list is Flint, Texas. Now, I love Flint. I think it's amazing. Flint's a small unincorporated community, it's defined as, of around 14,000 people. Now, the only reason I'm putting it as number 5 on my list is because it is an unincorporated community. It doesn't have a downtown, a hub, a real place to walk around and shop. It's kind of a bit of a transition zone between Tyler and Bullard and going back all the way to Jacksonville. So Flint, a lot of people really like it, and I do too, because it's only around 5 to 10 minutes from South Tyler, where all your shopping is, where your shopping malls are, where kind of anything you want to do is in South Tyler. So you're so close. You've got some really nice homes as well. So you can be in a subdivision, you can be out in the country a little bit. So the average price of a home in Flint is $365,000. For all of these suburbs that I've got on the list, I've already done a video, so I'll link them all down in the description and up above when I speak about the suburbs. So Flint, an amazing place. It also backs onto Lake Palestine, so you can find some nice lakefront properties. There's a Holiday Inn with indoor water park. I think it's the Villages at Tyler. It has an indoor water park, so you've got that in Flint as well. So Flint is all in all a lovely place. It's really centrally located. You can get into Tyler. It has some really nice homes, and it's all in all a great place to be, but number 5 on my list. Number 4, another place that backs onto Lake Palestine, and here we have Chandler, Texas. Now, I said it in my previous video, and I got a couple people saying that's not how you pronounce it. Well, I'm English. I pronounce it Chandler, but for all the Americans watching, from now on, just hear it as Chandler. Chandler. Okay, I got it. So Chandler is a small town just outside of Tyler. It's around 15 minutes away. It's a small town of around 3,500 people, and it is in Henderson County, Texas, which Tyler is in Smith County. And then you go west a little bit, you cross Lake Palestine, and you get into Chandler. Chandler's a really nice place. You've got some really nice houses as well. Like I said, backs onto Lake Palestine, so you've got some real nice lakefront backed properties in Chandler. Chandler does have quite a nice downtown. It has some really nice small businesses, brand new businesses coming in as well. And you know that's one thing that shows that a town is doing well, is that new businesses are popping up. Not to talk bad about the rest of East Texas, but there are some towns that really are dying, to put it lightly, that no businesses are wanting to move there. Everyone's moving out, but Chandler definitely isn't one of these places. You can have a look, you can see all the small businesses around. It's a booming place. And whenever I talk to people from Chandler, they absolutely love it. It is their little slice of paradise. And I'm sorry for putting this on the internet and maybe bringing more people to you over in Chandler, but Chandler is an amazing place to be. And I'd highly recommend checking it out if you're looking at the area. And the average price of a home over in Chandler is $401,500 in the last year. That's the average price that a home is sold for. Now, it does kind of make sense because the homes on the water on Lake Palestine are a little bit more expensive, so it kind of brings that average up a little bit, but still a relatively inexpensive place to be. Okay, we're in our top 3 already. So 3rd position, bronze medal for my top suburbs of Tyler is, drum roll please, White House, Texas. The home of Patrick Mahomes Jr., White House, Texas. White House has around 9,000 people. It's around 15 to 20 minutes from Tyler in South Tyler. So really good distance. It's like everywhere on my list. A town wouldn't make it on the list if it's not growing, which shows good signs people want to be there. White House is no different. People really want to be in White House. It's really self-sustained. It has a Brookshire's, it has gyms, it has restaurants, brand new business popping up everywhere. You got coffee shops. Shout out to Shibi Coffee. I'd highly recommend it. The average price of a home sold in the last year in White House is $387,500. So one of the cheaper averages on the list. Has really, really good people. You can find homes from the budget homes up until the $1 million homes as well. White House backs onto Lake Tyler, so different than the last two, that Lake Palestine. White House backs onto Lake Tyler. So if you like lake living, White House could be the place for you. I really love White House. It's really close to where I live. It's a really nice area. Got a lot of history to it as well. Has some very, very decent schools as well. That's where Patrick Mahomes Jr. went and played football. So if you want to become the next Super Bowl winning quarterback, maybe consider White House. And what I've noticed when I've gone around White House is there's a lot of parks as well. So if you're someone that likes the outside, if you like going to the park, there's sports fields. If you're an outdoorsy type of person, White House is a really good bet because it has a lot of that. And I'd recommend watching the video I made on it because I go around, I show all the parks and everything, and it's a really good time. So just narrowly didn't make it in my top 2, but number 3, we've got White House, Texas. Without further ado, the runner-up in this huge, big, really important competition that I've got going on that everyone cares about, obviously, is, drum roll please, Lindale, Texas. Lindale, Texas is my number 2 spot, silver medal, home of Miranda Lambert. Lindale is one of, if not the most popular areas I've been asked about when people reach out to me from out of state. Lindale, and my number 1 pick that I'll talk to you about in a second. Lindale is an absolutely amazing place to be. Population of around 6,400 people. Like I said, the hometown of Miranda Lambert. Her and her family invest a lot of money into businesses. So you'll see a lot of things that are kind of Miranda Lambert themed over in Lindale. You kind of have the best of everything. There's no lakes. So if you're looking for a lake, maybe not Lindale, but maybe Hideaway, but that's for a different video. Lindale, you can go from anything for the 200,000 starter homes up until the multi-million-dollar horse properties on acreage. Lindale is absolutely beautiful. There's rolling fields everywhere when you get out into the countryside. A lot of new build homes are being made in Lindale at the moment because builders understand that there's so much desire for Lindale. I wouldn't be surprised if Lindale doubles in size over the next 5 to 10 years. It really is a great place to be. And if you like live music and country music, Lindale is known for being the home of Texas country music. And there's a place called Blackberry Square where every year there's several concerts and fairs and country music concerts where they play there. They've got an auditorium. It's a great place if you like that. If you like music, it's just an amazing place to be. Their downtown is quite nice. It's a little bit busy, but it is nice. New businesses, like with a lot of these places. You've got the Lindale Candy Store, which is a great place. It's just an awesome place to live. One of the only downsides is that you are a little bit further away from Tyler and South Tyler if you did want to go in, do some shopping or something like that. But the caveat to that is Lindale is very self-sustaining. So it's very close to a Walmart. It has its own stores. You really don't need to be leaving Lindale. So it kind of balances out the not being as close to Tyler. And you have the chance to see Miranda Lambert whenever she comes back to visit. So you've got to weigh that as well. Lindale is also very close to Tyler State Park. So if you're an outdoorsy person, you'd be very close to that as well. Lots of green parks in Lindale. House prices are around that $400,000 mark at the moment within the past year. So not really high, but like I said, you can find something depending on what your range is, and a very, very worthy place to put on number 2, silver medal, second place on my list. The time has come that has led us up to the number 1 position. Now, I don't know, maybe a lot of you disagree with where I'm going to be putting this. This is my choice. I may be a little bit biased because I live here, but I cannot say enough good things about this place. The number 1 position on my list of best suburbs in Tyler, Texas, gold medal, is Bullard, Texas. Yes, it is Bullard, not Bullard. Bullard, Texas. I am so happy about living in Bullard. Everything about it, I absolutely love it here. And people see that whenever they talk to me. People ask me about Bullard, and I have not got a negative thing to say about it. Actually, maybe a couple, but I'll say that in a minute. But Bullard, like all these places, small town, population around 3,700 people. We are around 15 minutes south of Tyler. Really doesn't take you very long to get into Tyler. You just go up one road, US 69, all the way into Tyler, South Broadway, around that. The reason I like it so much is if you think of a Hallmark movie, if you take an average American town, maybe Southern town, out of a Hallmark movie, put it in Texas, that is Bullard, Texas. My favorite thing about it is the downtown. It is just a small, quaint downtown. It's not got huge roads, so you haven't got traffic going really quickly through it all the time. It's just, it looks like an old-timey town. Around Christmas time, there was a big Christmas tree up in the greens where they hold fairs and events all throughout the year. Bullard's just amazing, and the community is so good. Not to mention, the schools are rated some of the best schools in East Texas, if not Texas, year on year, as well as Lindale. Lindale's got some really good schools as well, so keep that in mind. But I couldn't be happier to live in Bullard. Personally, I like countryside. I like rolling hills. I love acreage. One day, I want to buy a ranch with a bunch of acreage, and I hope to do that in Bullard because I almost can't compare how much I like Bullard compared to these other places. Now, it's very personal preference, but Bullard, you're in downtown and you drive 5 minutes and then you feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. You look either side, you have beautiful homes, you have fields, you have horses, you have cows. There's a lot of cattle ranches around this area. It's just, if I were to define it, I feel like I'm living in the place where I'm living the American dream out here in Bullard. I absolutely love it. Now, some of the negatives, one of the main negatives is sometimes because the downtown is very small, around school time, about the finish of work, you do get a little bit of traffic. It gets a little bit congested, but it's nothing that I've noticed that has really affected my life too much. You just kind of, if you can, base your traveling around that. But it is a really nice place to be. Houses, really affordable as well. You can buy a house, a starter house in the 200s. And again, like Lindale, you can go all the way up into the millions, get 100 acres if you wanted to. I just was driving around today and I saw a sign that said 100 acres of land was available. And I'm not in the position to be doing that yet, but one day we'll see. The average price of a home is $407,500, but you can get it within the range. Bullard's schools are absolutely amazing. It's almost like a community. So all the schools, you've got the elementary school, you've got the middle school, and you've got the high school. They're all, I wouldn't say connected, but they're all very, very close to each other. So you can just progress up through the schools and get some really, really good education as well because they're so highly rated. Now, Bullard also has a Brookshire's, it has a gym, it has some very nice coffee shops. I'd highly recommend Lost Sheep Coffee and Coffee Around the Corner. They do some amazing coffees if you're ever in Bullard. So it's very self-sustained as well. And a lot of new build communities are coming up just because Bullard is getting so popular. I'm not looking forward to the day I am and aren't at the same time where Bullard becomes really popular, but I love it here. And you can just see that with the amount of people that are moving here. So Bullard, a very, very worthy number 1 position in my opinion. So that's it. That's my list. That's number 5 to number 1. I'm sure a lot of you will have a lot of opinions about my opinions. So please, respectfully, voice those in the comments below. Do you disagree with me? Probably. If you do, what do you think's number 1? What is the number 1 suburb for you? Is that where you live? If not, do you want to move there? If you've made it to the end of the video, thank you very, very much for watching. I know it takes a special kind of person to watch right to the end. I really appreciate you. I appreciate everyone watching. Like I said, my name is Ronnie. If you've got any questions about moving to Tyler or the surrounding areas, give me a call, text or email. I can answer those questions and help get you into your dream Tyler home. Leave any other questions in the comment box below. And until next time, hopefully with a less controversial video. Cheerio.